If you know, then you know. Thiago Alcantara. Cuba. Thiago Alcantara. Welcome everyone to the LFC crew. And if you haven't heard the news this weekend yet, Thiago Alcantara is a Liverpool player and Diogo Jota is a Liverpool player. What a weekend! And rivals lost yesterday. Brilliant. We can't even describe how we're feeling at the moment. But Thiago is the number 6 of Liverpool and Jota is the new number 20. Lee, explain to me, how are you feeling at this moment?
I'm actually very excited for that two signings. I like Jota, and I know he was always one of your favorite players.
Brilliant
and Thiago as well. So I'm very excited.
Yeah. So on today's show, what we're going to do is we're going to go through the latest Liverpool news and then also discuss the positions that they might take up within the squad, and also just a little preview on the Chelsea game later today. Lee, your opinion.
What's up?
Thiago, let's start with the midfield maestro that Liverpool has captured. What position do you think he will take up this season at Liverpool?
My theory is with Thiago, I think he needs to be a little bit more forward. Also within that midfield, obviously because Henderson will track back. And also Fabinho will be tracking back. So that gives him the room and the freedom just to go on forward and do basically his creative thing as what he does normally.
Okay. So this is his position at Bayern. Can you see them?
Zoom. Yeah, but remember,
so this is his natural
we don't play. We play a 4-3-3 system.
Yes, it's understandable. But I'm saying this was his position. This is kind of like the 6. It's also it's very similar to what Liverpool does. Remember, here you have Alaba, and you have this is actually an old squad because it's the Lam. But this would be Trent, and that would be Robertson. Remember? With the 2 at the base, it's like a double pivot of 2 holding defensive midfielders right here with your attacking outlets here. Do you think we will line up similar to this, or what?
Well, that was the question. Are we going to change our system? Are we going to change our style? Like I said, if you're looking at that mid, that's 4 in the mid. We play with 3, so you're going to really have to change your shape. So if Gini wants to play...
No, but this isn't 4 in the mid. Remember, this isn't 4 in the mid. Lam was a fullback. This is actually an old squad photo that I have here. And Alaba is also actually a fullback. They're not midfield players. So you actually only have these 2 in the mid, yeah.
Yes, but remember, those 2 on top, they make the runs to the front. And here's 3 at the back. Where in Liverpool's side, there will only be 2 at the back. You understand? So I can see where point is that they will play as wing backs. But it's not the same system, so you can't say.
Let me just see something here. I'm just going to get up another screen of a possible...
Get the latest squad. That's what I'm saying. Thiago needs to move forward. Then 2 sit at the back. Fabinho and Henderson will sit at the back then. Then this will make Thiago move forward.
How about this one here? Okay. Wait, that's too much. It's new technology, people. We're sorry. This is the latest in technology. You don't get later than this.
Zoom in a bit, not out. So we can see the whole squad. Exactly. That's where you will play.
Okay.
Like I said, 2 in the middle. Henderson and Fabinho might... Thiago and Fabinho might change position scores. Fabinho can be on that side where Thiago is playing, and Thiago can be basically solely just in the middle and doing his passes.
So basically, this is just it's exactly the same. Just we're replacing Thiago with Gini, basically. But don't you lose more of the dynamism that Gini brings? Because remember, Gini has legs. Gini runs up and down. Thiago is not as much of a runner as Genie was, as Genie
but
is.
he can track back.
He
But that's
can
the
tag
problem.
back, but
That
Genie is more
that
athletic than him.
that, that will tell us how Klopp basically managed the side. Because you know what Genie brings you. What are you going to decide for someone who's tracking back or someone who's going to be creative, someone who's going to do that
Mm.
passes? That's
True.
where Klopp management style is going to have to kick in.
Yeah. So this basically is keeping the same format, right? Um, and just making room for Thiago and removing Genie. So let's see what will happen if we let's just do this. If they have to change the format. Because remember, the reason Thiago was bought is for Liverpool to be more unpredictable because we discussed this that we're becoming more predictable at the moment. And this squad picture here, this is what I think they can go for in certain games. What do you think about this one?
And then so basically that is still a 4-4-3, but it's more like a diamond shape. That
Yeah,
was
this
like a
is
first.
a 4-2-1-3 formation. So what you have is the base of defense. So you won't have them bombing forward as much, or you can have them bombing forward, but then you have this double pivot, like I was speaking here about Fabinho and Thiago. Fabinho solid defensively, solid. We know this,
Yeah,
and
but then
Thiago.
Thiago defended.
Yeah, but
So that's
Thiago's
not going
pushing.
to be
Remember, he is a defensive player, but what he does is he wins the ball back, and what makes him brilliant is when he wins it, he always plays a killer pass. He also has a nice dribble in him, and he can create a space. He takes a one pass from Thiago, takes out about two, three players over the top or whatever. So this is what you need to break down smaller teams as well. Not smaller teams, more defensive-minded teams. I think this is
But then
actually
why don't you swap Keita and you put Henderson in that role? Because then it's better to have Thiago in Keita's role.
you can do that as well. But do you want Thiago further forward up the pitch? Remember, he's not an attack-minded player. All right. If you look at his goal contributions, he doesn't score a lot of
No.
goals, so we don't need him in that aspect. We need him in more the defensive side for winning the ball back, but also breaking down small teams with one single pass, which he can do. He has that in his locker. So I think they're gonna go for a formation like this, most
I
probably.
love that.
And then you would have your fullbacks not pushing up forward as much. So Thiago will allow us to play through the middle rather than just switching out the plays out wide. Because we've discussed this. We've said that a lot of teams know how we play because we've been playing like this for 2 years. We become predictable. And Arsenal is starting to find us out. So if Arsenal can catch you just sitting back, then you know you have a problem. So this is going to make us more um, unpredictable.
Actually, Leeds also found that out. So
Yeah. Now,
and the problem is, if your wingbacks don't push up, that is where our basically that's where our assist comes from. So it's going to be tricky, like I said. But I
yeah,
trust in like I said,
yeah,
if you're going to
definitely.
the other thing is, will you change a winning system?
Look, it's not about changing a winning system. It's about adapting. You can't play the same way and expect to win every time. You're going to get found out. You have to evolve and adapt to new circumstances. Teams are getting stronger each year. We can't expect the same way, playing the
Well,
same
since
way.
we've been playing the same type of football for like 4 years with Pep now, so
Yes, that's why they haven't won the Champions League because
hmm.
big
And
teams know how to do. That's why they haven't won the Champions League. We won the Champions League, but we went to the first final by playing gang ho rock and roll football straight from the start, scoring a lot of goals. Went to the final, we lost. Then we changed it up, and then we became not pragmatic, but we had a
more
more mature
conservative.
aspect to our game.
Hmm.
Yeah, we had a more mature aspect to our game, especially when Van Dijk arrived. So we did that the following season. Then we got 97 points in the league.
97
We
points, yeah.
didn't, we didn't win the league with 97 points. Then we still played that same way the next year, and then we won the league with 99 points. But now we can't play like that. We need to adapt. And I think they will start mixing up, and this just gives us more dimension. But now on to Jota. I think this is rather easier. Diego
I would
Jota
use
can play.
Jota in first place.
Yeah,
I would
no,
use
no.
Jota
Yeah,
in first place.
you know
Reason
what?
being,
I would. Yeah,
reason being, Jota makes that box runs, man. So he runs into the box. You see, and he tracks
that's
back.
you can look at it like that. But what I would do is I would put Minamino sometimes in here. I wouldn't actually put Kate in here. I would have Minamino in here. You can play Jota all across the front three here. Remember, Jota plays where Sadio Mane plays now at the moment at the left hand side. This is actually his position. Now, sorry, Jota plays here. Now, if Salah is out, then Sadio Mane can go over to Salah's side because before Salah arrived, Sadio Mane actually played on the right. And you not only that, if you sub Bobby, you can put Jota here in front as well. So he has the ability to play across all three positions here in front, and that is quite exciting. And that's a step up from Divock Origi. Although we love Origi, but it's a step up from Divock Origi. I'm really excited to start watching this. I hope they
But
all
that
start again.
too, but that too is two exciting additions. I'm excited to see how they plan out, and we all know Klopp will give them game time to see what they do.
Yeah, but
So yeah,
I'm
I'm
not.
excited.
When
I'm
is the
Parliament's
earliest
watching
you?
the Thiago
When is the earliest you expecting to see them?
after three games.
Yeah,
Three games, I'm definitely sure. Um, Thiago will play and Jota. Remember, Jota, you can play in the Premier League, so that's fine. I think we will see them after three games. So obviously, you need to get used to practice. You will get used to
yeah.
how they play. It takes time. Three games, and I'm sure we will see Thiago.
Uh, Historically, Klopp he doesn't force players to play early. I'm expecting way more longer than that. I don't see maybe Jota, like you said, coming in early because he knows the Premier League, but gradually seeing Thiago. Like people are expecting Thiago to start today or to play to make some kind of feature today. I
I
don't
doubt it.
expect Thiago to make a feature
Nope.
today.
I don't even. I don't.
But
Nope. I'm not expecting him to feature.
yeah, so I'm
I said
thinking. Yeah, I'm
three,
thinking
four, five
also.
games,
Yeah, but then
and then
from the bench, and then like Fabinho, remember Fabinho took about 4 months to start getting into the starting lineup. The only Virgil and Dijk and Allison, those were the only two that went into the starting lineup from the beginning.
from the get-go,
Uh,
yeah.
all the others gradually. And look, Keita is finding a bit of form now, so you don't want to stop his progression in the team as well. Minamino is also looking good at the moment. The two additions that we got, the Jota and the Thiago, that does change. It changes everything in the team. I'm sorry, that changes everything. It's going to be really excitingly. I'm telling you this. On to rumor. What do you think, Ismail Saw? Do you think are you expecting Ismail Saw to be signed, or do you think that was just a diversion tactic for us to get Jota instead of Saw?
I'm not actually too bothered about so. To be honest, that midfield is back now already, so I'm happy with what we got now.
Yeah.
That Jota is great. But like I said, what is Shaw gonna bring to Liverpool?
More depth. He's young.
So
No,
another
I'm
another thing,
expecting. Yeah, but I'm
another thing
expecting
there.
maybe Mohamed Salah to perhaps leave next year because this is why we're bringing in Jota. Jota is younger. He's 23. So Ismail Saw wouldn't be a bad addition, but I don't expect him to play a lot of games.
So you wanna pay 40 mil for a guy who's not gonna play a lot of games?
Simply because he costs too much money. So I don't think
That's
they'll.
what I said now. Did you hear what I said? I asked now, we're gonna pay 40 million for a guy who's gonna sit on the bench.
I don't think so.
Exactly. So
I
that's
really
what I'm
don't
saying.
think that
I'm
we
not
will pay
excited
that
to
amount of
see
money.
that
Yeah.
midfield is packed
So,
though.
yeah, so no, I don't think that Liverpool will spend that type of money because we have like I said, it's packed. We have a lot of midfielders. Um, I'm thinking just another centre back. We were linked with a centre back, a Schalke centre back.
Falco
Um,
Shin before that is
if the transfer window ends today, I'm happy. I'm sorry.
I'm also
If it
working
ends
with that
today,
one.
I am happy. Happy chappy. Brilliant, brilliant transfer window by
I think
Liverpool.
that business and the way Liverpool also conducted their business, that was absolutely brilliant though.
This is what I think happened in the transfer window league. Michael Edwards, right? He is such a genius. The man convinced Bayern Munich he doesn't have money. No, we don't have money. I'm telling you, we broke. Look at my pockets, in these pockets, and all you saw was chappies and apples and 50 cents and stuff like that. Then Bayern said, okay, cool. Listen, you can give me 5 million a year. We'll take it. So he
for
said,
our forward.
for 4 years, okay, okay, that sounds reasonable. And then the man went and spent 45 million on Jota. Michael Edwards.
Michael Edwards, he's good though. He's been a beast so far with the transfer business.
Remember, we did this with Tikamas, a new lip. I still can't pronounce his name. Um, what's his full name?
You-
Tikamas.
he has a difficult name. Just leave it at that.
Call him T. He did it with him as well. Liverpool have been monitoring him for a couple of years already, and he modeled his game after Andy Robertson. Then Liverpool went into the transfer market knowing that teams are going to look. If you are a successful team, then you're going to be overcharged. Teams are going to start charging you exuberant amount of fees for players. So what they did was they went in for Jamal, knowing full and well that Norwich is going to come back and reject the offer. We offered, I
Mhm.
think, 11 million for Jamal Lewis.
Yeah, 11 million years.
Yeah. And he was an English player, so they valued him at 20 million. So Liverpool just went in there as a diversion tactic. And then they said no. Then they went to Olympiacos. Look, we just told that people we can't. We can give you guys 10. You give us Timikas. And they said, okay, we see you don't have money. Take it. Take it. And then like, they did the exact same thing now with Bayern. How do you spend that 40 odd million and then thereafter, before that, I mean, tell Bayern you don't have money? You're like, guys, no, man.
Exactly. Yeah.
Promise you I don't have money. Look, open the wallet. Look here. Look here. I used to look in the
Pocket
wallet.
up the- pocket the-
Tactics of Michael Edwards. He is the best negotiator at this moment. Okay, so moving on. Lee, Chelsea.
Ooh, that's a definite win.
For who?
And you know what I think? You know what I think? No, I think it's going to come down to defense. I know defensively, Chelsea is not strong. Look at Brighton; they were lucky. That goals that they scored, it wasn't like over the top playing, outplaying Brighton. Brighton was mostly inside of that game. That second goal came, and that was basically that was like that shot from James.
Yeah.
That shot, obviously the momentum just went down a little bit. But Brighton was still in that game. They had chances. They had chances to kill off Chelsea at the same time, but they didn't take the
Yeah.
chances. But that's the thing about the Premier League. You need to take your chances, and if you don't take your chances, it's going to become a problem. But I still feel it's going to come down to the midfield and defense.
Yeah. I just saw here that AB in the chat said, I think Keita and Thiago possesses similar styles of play. That's a good shout. I just think Thiago's more technically inept
Passing,
than Keita. His technical
I think
ability
his
is much
passing,
better.
man. His passing, obviously his passing quality is much better than his ranges. That's
The
what
range of
Naby Keita doesn't bring. If
yeah.
you look at it,
Naby,
you can
he can
pass the
run
ball to
with the ball also, man. But Naby Keita is good
he can run
at
with the ball,
running.
yeah.
Yeah, with the carrying the ball. So yeah, that's a good shout, AB. Um, they do possess, but I think Thiago's a bit more technically inept than Naby Keita. But it's going to
Every
be
Spain player is
very
like that.
exciting. It's
That
going to be
Spain
very
midfield
exciting.
is always like that.
Yeah. So, Lee, what is your okay? Now that we know your prediction, I'm predicting 2-1 Liverpool.
It's
2-1.
alright. I can understand that. They are a
Pragmatic.
threat. They are a threat going up. You can see, but they still need to find each other, man. That's the problem. So I'm happy with Mascot. Like I said, as
So,
defensive. If Liverpool's always their own downfall, it's always defensive errors that they make that leads to goals. So
Yeah.
The defense is going to tighten up. Now, then I don't see Chelsea breaking us. They can have Timo. They can
Yeah.
once
Timo,
they
Timo,
solid. They solid. Now
Timo to
Timo is.
score.
I think Timo hardcore.
I think he'll score probably a goal, and then I think Havertz will give a nice assist to the linesman again, make it two in a row. Two in a row for Havertz. So I think it's 2-1 to Liverpool. For the simple
We're
fact
playing
is
away,
Klopp,
no?
yeah, but Klopp would have
Ah,
told them
yes,
to,
Stamford Bridge also. So
huh?
a Stamford Bridge also, so you can give them a goal. Then I can understand that 2-1. But I'm still happy with my 2-0.
That is the thing. Does home advantage really count in empty stadiums? Do you think?
That's a debate. Eh? That would be a
I
nice
don't
debate.
think.
Does it count in empty
I don't think.
stadiums?
I don't think it counts. We had Leeds' manager last week saying that Anfield isn't Anfield without the fans, which is
Without the
true.
crowd, yeah.
The fans are the heart and the soul of the club. I mean, you've been there. You've seen how the atmosphere is. That can uplift any player playing for Liverpool, and it also, if you're an opposition player, it can squash you just like that. So I think
Yes.
home advantage doesn't count. Just the traveling that's probably a bit annoying still, but I don't think home advantage counts. But the club would definitely have been set down with that defense and told them to stop the nonsense. We've been conceding too much goals, so I'm expecting them to concede, but concede one, and then maybe us because Salah. I'm telling you, Salah is looking
They
fresh.
say Salah, he's looking mean, eh? He's
Yeah, but no, it's
looking.
not the haircut. Eh? I'm not talking about the haircut. I'm talking about the guy. He looks up for it. He even said, "Pick me for your fantasy league teams because I'm going to get you the most points." That's why I think next season, I think Salah is moving on next season. It's just a feeling that I have. There's nothing to it. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But Salah is almost 29, I think, right? He's 28 now. Yeah. So he's 29 next year, which means that he has one big move in him still for his career. I think he will go. That's why we're bringing in Jota at a young age to maybe come through, or Ismail Shaw or something like that. But I'm telling you, Salah today, most probably, two goals, one goal.
One goal in assist. And that's and there was something weird. You see, Salah was actually passing the ball into the gaps and
Yes.
making
Did you see
decent
Salah?
runs. And
Did you see his touches? His first time
yeah,
touches.
his first touches was always a letdown.
Yeah,
But hey,
but the guy
maybe
is different level now. The guy is different levels now. So I'm thinking a 2-1 Liverpool. Salah and Firmino scores. Sadio Mane to assist Salah, and then Salah goal and assist to Bobby. That's what I think. Firmino always scores. He scored home and away against Chelsea last season. Then you get Chelsea fans that always criticize Firmino for not scoring, but then the guy goes and scores against them every time. So the key is just to contain Pulisic isn't playing, which is good.
it's not as good, yeah.
Yes,
But you know that
because
goal.
if we have players running at our defenders start getting scared. Especially our Trent on the right side and Gomez. We saw what Pulisic did last season against those two guys. Not good, bro. But my predicted lineup is Firmino up front, Salah and Mane, Naby Keita, Jordan Henderson, Gino Wijnaldum, and then the usual backline.
Isn't the lineups out yet? The starting lineups.
Well, let
Yeah,
me
it's out
just
already. Salah,
Liverpool.
Mane, Fabinho, Gigi, Henderson, Keita, Robertson, Van Dijk, Fabinho. The Fabinho's in defense and Trent
So it's Fabinho
is in
and
defense.
Fabinho and the centre back with Van Dijk.
Van Dijk, he's what Van Dijk is.
Oh, okay.
Then we have a midfield of Gini, Henderson, and Nabi. Who
Yes, it is.
always injured. Chelsea's
Corona.
lineup is Havertz, Werner, Mount, Kovacic.
Here we go. Okay, yes, keep a small hands. Ariza Balaga is in the polls. There's some good news.
That's
Kept
all
us
right.
small
It's
and
been a disaster. You see, Liverpool
kept
just
it
needs to
clean.
run at their defense. Alonso was slow. Zuma still indecisive.
I like
Christian,
this. And Alonso is Zuma. Christensen.
James,
If I
Chris, that's what
was
I'm saying.
Sadio Mane, Firmino,
You need to
yeah,
run
if
at
I
him.
was Sadio Mane, Mo Salah, and Firmino should look at that defense. Like you said,
Mm.
slow, right? The only real threat in that defense, I think, is Reece James. I actually like
He
him in
doesn't
his
tackle well.
defensive sound.
He
But
doesn't
the
tackle
three at
well.
the back, Christensen, Zuma, and Alonso,
No,
and not to
you
mention
can
that
tear them apart.
T-Rex hands, Ariza Balaga, go for them. Okay, this
Dinosaur
is the
hands. T-Rex hands.
there we
T-Rex
go.
hands.
Herbert starting and Werner starting. So this is a good opportunity because Herbert is still these two are still adapting to the Premier League. This one is still indecisive. We are the most. Uh, some technical difficulties. Sorry for that, guys. Let's see, we seem to lost Lee. Just check here. Okay. Well, if we lost Lee, then I think due to technical difficulties, let's see if I can get him here. I think we lost Lee, but he's on his way back. It's due to technical difficulties, guys. But listen, like we said, do we have him back? Yes, we have him back. Lee, you're right.
Yes, I'm alright. What happened with you?
Is everything okay, Rom? You were the one that left the stream.
No, I think you were freezing, so it kicked me also out.
So my freeze kicks you out. I'm telling you, I have boss freezes up in here.
So bring up that screen with that players. Just see where we can attack them and hurt them.
We can hurt them. Let me just bring this up here. Chrome tab. Okay, so Thiago on the bench. Do you think he will feature?
I think they can
Huh?
give him 10 minutes. That's a really soon introduction though. 5 minutes, you think?
Look, if we up
So
3-0, 2-0, give him a 5-minute run out just to feel the grass at Stingford Bridge.
You're starting to get mean there, eh? There's
Stingford Bridge.
your other favorite player also, Tammy Ibrahim.
Yeah, that I don't want to say it because he scored the last time I said about championship striker indeed. And Tomori, Callum, I don't want to bash them because I'm scared they turn around and then they hurt us. But what has Cullen Hudson Odoi ever done at Chelsea for him to deserve all that praise? I'm gonna tell you what he's done. Do you know what he's done? Do you know
What?
what he's done? Nothing.
What?
Callum Hudson Odoi has done absolutely nothing other than convince everybody that he's good. But I don't want to go on. I don't want to go on.
That's typical English, man. That's typical English players.
Overhyping.
Overhyped.
Over.
Overhyped.
Danger man here. The only the real danger man here, right, is this guy here.
His
Giroud.
older players are always good.
He's criminally underrated, Olivier Giroud. I mean, that guy always does something. I don't know why. They have Caballero, Willie on the bench also. Okay, but this is their team. But I would have started Willie over Kepa any day
No
of the
T-Rex.
week.
No T-Rex
T-Rex,
hands.
man. So, but look, this is a good. It's both teams playing the same formation. Do you think Chelsea will come out and attack?
Nah, they're gonna sit back.
I don't think so.
Well, Liverpool's gonna have. I guarantee Liverpool's gonna have ball possession. That's why I'm saying Liverpool need to run it at defense.
They need to
Like,
hurt him here.
Liverpool can take over that mid as well. Jorginho's also
Mm,
slow. Kovacic, he drives sometimes, so he's a little bit of creativity
yeah.
there for them. Timo, we know he's fast. So if they're gonna play the ball over the top, then you know Timo's gonna run at Trent. That's what that's for sure.
Okay.
Timo will run at Trent. And if
So
he
what
plays
we will
that
have, yeah.
in that position where between Fabinho, and if he makes his runs and he plays between Fabinho and Trent, now he's gonna slaughter Trent
So
and
what I
Fabinho.
think, yeah. So Jordan Henderson obviously will sit in front of the defense here. All
He
right.
will sit there. He will need to
Yeah.
cover Timo. He will need to come to the back though to
So
help.
the only guy that I am worried about in our squad, okay, it's two guys. Fabinho, he didn't look good against Leeds, right? And Naby
Mhm.
Keita. Naby Keita blows hot and cold. He needs to really, really be on it today because you see this side. I'm not too worried about the other side. I'm not too worried about this side. But if you become complacent, man, like you know Naby Keita, he has a bad pass in him, right? And you know Mo Salah has a bad pass in him. If you put both of them on the same side, then what you left with bad
Two bad
passes.
bosses.
Yeah.
The
So
whole bad boss.
that I'm just a bit
But you know,
worried about.
Nabi and Henderson will swap, man. So you will come also mostly into the middle. You know, because he's a drive force. So you
Yeah,
will come into the middle also sometimes.
yeah. So hopefully, look, it's our normal squad. It's the normal way we play. We're gonna play the same. But
Play the
we
same.
tend to play more pragmatic away from home than we do in front of at Anfield. I'm thinking we're not gonna be too, how can I say, attack minded in the first half. Rather, we will sit back and just feel the opponent, try to hit him on the
Absorb.
counter. Then in the second half, if we get the clean sheet, if we still 0-0, then in the second half we normally come out and do better. But the team, it's not too much surprises. My prediction wasn't far off, except for Fabinho. Yeah, it wasn't far off. It
The
was
thing is,
exactly the same.
I think Liverpool needs to play that first 20 minutes full out though. Score them, hurt them.
You can't do that though. You can't because
This,
remember the fitness levels isn't there. The legs aren't there yet.
yeah, no, I get that, but you see, if you play that first 20 minutes, you play that full out. If you open Chelsea up first time, you know Chelsea's gonna sit back. Now you open them up, say the first 20 minutes. Now you
Yeah.
score at least one goal. Now you can sit back. Now that's what Liverpool want to do. They want to sit back and they absorb their pressure because now they're gonna make mistakes. Now Liverpool can hit them again on the counter.
That's a dangerous game to play. I wouldn't. Fitness early on in the season is a big thing. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Rather let Chelsea tire themselves out because they have a lot of young guys in their squad. Like Mount likes
Well,
to run a lot.
another theory also, Liverpool is gonna have to move that ball a little bit faster when they play.
Yeah,
To tire them out. If you wanna tire them out, then you're gonna have to move that ball fast. So because we know we're gonna pass to the wing, back to Van Dijk,
yeah,
back to Robertson, back
yeah,
up. So then your pass is gonna have to be faster.
yeah. I agree with
Coming
you
tension
there.
run. That's plain and simple.
Yeah,
But
but
I'm excited for this game. I want to see how this guy's gonna play and how they're gonna start. I'm excited for this game though.
I'm really excited for this game. Kickoff. When is kickoff? Yeah, at
Half past,
6:30.
half past
Wait,
6.
is-
Yeah.
Is that half past six? Why is this thing showing me half past five? Is that the English
England's
time?
time, England's time.
Buddy, I think we need to go now. First half begins. It's half past five. The game is on. Right, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to the LFC crew
Peace
with
out.
myself and Lee. And leave a comment, subscribe. See you guys later. Up you Reds!